We good? We good? We good? I hope we're good. I hope we're good. I hope we got everything sorted. Just gotta letting you know that auto captions are enabled for this live stream. So if you need the captions, they're all sorted for this one, as well as for the SP patrons live stream tomorrow. The SP fan request live stream tomorrow. But yeah. Sup Shredders? How you doing? Sup? Welcome to Only Love Yo-Yo, Zay, Cloud Daddy, Yingfeng Guan, Kerry Ping, RCLM. Hey everyone, how you doing? Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you guys are having a great week so far. I have spent the week working on the Jay Chou review. It's done now, so there's English captions for the, or English subtitles for the Jay Chou 4th album live stream. If you haven't seen that already, I've edited that and uploaded it. Good to see people watching it and enjoying it. We're going to be listening through this album by David Tao titled, it's a Black Tangerine, apparently. That's the name of it in English. We're going to listen through all 13 of these tracks today. It is a longer one, so I'm going to not sort of muck around too much with the lyrics, just because I still want to get this done within 2 hours. But we should be going for a couple of hours. And if you have any questions about anything along the way, feel free to let me know. Feel free to put that forward. Just, yeah. It'll be good to review David Tao, you know? It'll be good to review David Tao. Primarily because I've reviewed a lot of Jay Chou. And David Tao has, of course, checked out some of the reviews that I've done on the past. Sup, how you doing? Sup, Shredders? Sup. Hopefully you're doing well. But yeah, I also need to know in advance, 3 of these tracks I couldn't find lyrics for. I couldn't find lyrics. Well, we'll find out as we go along. But let's just get started, shall we? So yeah, Sup, Shredders. Today I'm going to be reviewing David Tao's album, Black Tangerine. Hopefully you enjoy it. We're going to get started with the first track, which is Black Tangerine, the self-titled. Let's go. Let's do it. Sup, Andreas. I like this guitar line here that we're beginning with. Oh, it's gorgeous, isn't it? I remember this one, we've reviewed it. What I like about this is that it instantly shows us that David Tao is not just working with your typical kind of pop R&B stuff. He's got some blues in there. There's some interesting use of the blues scale and pentatonic in there. I also like the filtered vocals, how they sit on top of that guitar riff there. It's a very pretty arrangement so far. Lovely sound design. Sup, Martin? How are you doing? Oh, great slide guitar. Sup, RJ Pack? How you doing? Before we go any further, it took me by surprise. I know that we have reviewed this track before during a fan request live stream, but to be honest with you, I want to hear it again. I want to hear it in the context of the entirety of the album. Dope, dude. before we continue, that is really, really great production with those distorted guitars, especially in the early 2000s. It's a little bit tricky. Sup only love yo-yo. How you doing? It's really tricky to get your guitars sounding that clean in the mix. And even though I know they're filthily distorted, it's just so bright without being scratchy. The EQing that you've got with those guitar parts is sensational, dude. It's really well mixed. I like these alternate picked guitar parts as well. They're kind of dope. Thank you, Zay. Those psychedelic sounds are made with a guitar. That's awesome, dude. What I also appreciate is that we had a little bit of quiet after that really intense chorus. David Tao knows that we need to bring the energy levels down a little bit. They have that dynamic range. Extra bar there. Oh, second time. Smart idea. It's giving me a mid-90s Soundgarden vibe with the Black Hole Sun. Sup, Jacob? How you doing? I enjoy the sound of these, of the mix, as well as the way that David is singing. You know, it's there's a sexiness to it. There's a bit of vocal fry in there, a little bit of raw nature to it, bit of sizzle there, and it just sits really, really well. I love it. The guitar part of his song was inspired by David Bowie and Jimi Hendrix. Ganche, I can definitely hear that for sure. I can definitely hear those influences in here. Definitely hear those influences. Are there tabs for this? Like, are there tabs for this? I would love to have. I'd love to do a cover of the song. My production, especially with the guitar tones, has gotten a lot better, and I'd love to do a cover of the song on the guitar. I agree, Jacob. It's very special, my dude. Sup, how you doing? It's great. Like, that's legitimately heavy. Those guitar tones are legitimately heavy. Like, I'm not hyperbolizing that. The guitar tones here, with David's vocals, they are... Dude, I reckon it would stand today. The sound quality of this album is timeless. There'll be a new version of the song in David's new album this year. Really. I'd love to hear David do it, like, 20 years later, because this was in 2002. I'd love to hear his take of it nowadays, you know? Oh, nice strings here. Oh, nice sound design there. Dude, that was an absolute phenomenal intro track. It gives you so much to feast on, sonically, audibly. You know, I thoroughly enjoyed the guitar work in there. Those heavy riffs in that chorus section were so elegant and well presented. And the guy, I reckon David should just do like heavy rock stuff. just solely, exclusively, or at least have it 50-50 with like the hard rock and then the ballad stuff. And the drum of the song is played by Paul McCartney's royal drummer Abe, or Abe. This is the heaviest song he made. It wouldn't surprise me if that was the case. Yeah, Paul McCartney, the drummers that Paul McCartney worked with, I mean, the drums, like the double kick in this, it fits so well with the rest of the tonalities and the coloration of the arrangement. It's sensational, dude. I'm really impressed with this. This is a really good start. Really, really good start. We do have lyrics for this. Black Tangerine. Here. I'm liking this dissonance with Black Tangerine between, you know, he's sad but he doesn't know why. The orange Californian sun, but in my pocket there's only a black tangerine. I like that contrast there, that cognitive dissonance there. While I want to speak, I feel like I have nothing good to say. I just hate myself for being unable to escape this prison. We're in without any prospects who shouldn't be dreaming. Damn, dude. What a way to start an album, talking about these really intense topics, you know? I kind of adore this vulnerability that David Tao is showing here. I wish that I understood what the topics that these symbols mean. Apologies, I'm trying to say hello to people when they come into the chat, but if I don't say hi to you, it's just simply because I don't know how to pronounce the symbols, okay? But thank you to everyone who's come into the live stream so far. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's interesting. I've got a headache. Even if I take bottles of medicine, it's no use. Junshi Huang, there are some rock elements in the third song, dear God. I hope there are. I hope there's some more rock in this. The problem with what David Tao's done with Black Tangerine is that he's indicated to us that that's how the rest of the album is going to be. And that's a tricky precedent because for me, I'm very greedy and I want it now mostly to be rock because of that, you know? But that's okay. I think this is a serious song. I think, you know, I just want to cry. I think that Black Tangerine is about David Tao suffering from depression, you know, mental health issues. Struggling with understanding why he can't be happy when the things around him are golden, you know, that dissonance and blaming himself for it and trying to find a cure, but they can't figure it out. I think it's really sad. Oh, it expresses David's anger and confusion after 9/11. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah. And that fits as well, you know? I'm glad that he's exploring heavier topics. I look forward to number 2 then. Full disclosure, I could not find lyrics. I could not find English lyrics for song number 2. I couldn't find English lyrics for The World Today. So I'm sorry. I couldn't find a translation for The World Today. I couldn't find lyrics for track. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. The third track is about... Oh, thank you. Cool. I understand it now. We've got The World Today, though. Track number 2. Really great start from David Tao. I look forward to what he does next. Thank you for the clarification on the fact that this is not a song. Because I've been losing my mind today trying to find lyrics for this song. I've been losing my mind, so I appreciate that. Thank you for the clarification. Thanks, Shredders.
光党，3名老师闹出了3人行的感情纠纷。
脱下衣服，露出他已经被割除的右边乳房。
先逮捕到1名高龄90岁的抢犯。
目击者说，半夜里听到枪响，
他们拿扫把、椅子还有水桶一直 K 我，
就轮到了宾馆的老板娘和1名40。
Now, I can understand why this would have been blocked in certain parts of the world because of the intensity of it. But at the same time, I think that with David Tao's first song, Black Tangerine, he's wondering why he's sad, no matter how much is going on, how much good stuff there is. And then for the next track to be about all this terrible stuff going on, I think it's kind of a clever way of expressing that there's stuff that David Tao might not be cognitively aware of, or consciously aware of.
上网交友的女子约出后强行性侵害
，3个人趁着深夜潜入学校放火。
更高兴的是，气象局说今天晚上真的。
And I know this might make people uncomfortable, and I'm sorry, I'm not trying to make you uncomfortable. I just want to hear this in its context. It's just interesting, the importance of language and how it can affect the experience.
就朝父亲的胸口猛刺，
女方竟然拿盐酸泼洒前夫
，K他命随地丢弃。
放屁这种言论也可以在立法院里头讲。
到底行政官员把立法院当成什么地方？
不要再搞什么选举的招数。
我不是说要作秀，不行，我已经很有名了。
把表弟杀死，诈骗集团，
家庭悲剧，又有地震了。好消息，终于下雨了。
拿着菜刀就
在网咖竟然能猝死，
这种见微不救的事情是政府的责任。
社会永远不会进步。
我不喜欢这个样子。
妈妈，我好想你，我真的好想要给你一个拥抱。母亲节要到了，今天已经966天了，我快点放弃了。
未来要如何重建，暂时还没有答案。
I can tell, especially from that end part where you had the children, people crying in this headphone. I don't understand what they're saying, but I can hear from the way they're expressing themselves that that's some really dark stuff that they're talking about. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right, Jacob. I can hear that. I can hear that he's switching channels trying to find something good, but he can't find anything. Because that's what he's exposing himself to. He's talking about self-medicating and having this cognitive dissonance about not being able to figure out how the world works and why it behaves as it does. And then he's flicking through the channel to find some hope and he can't find any. It's really well structured. It's not a comfortable listening experience. But I think it's nonetheless an important track, and I'm actually really proud of David for having the courage to put that there so early into the album. Zay says, actually, this album was kind of unfairly treated in that year's Golden Melody Awards because the album exposed too much of the negative side of the society. Yeah. Yeah, dear God. Oh my goodness, this is actually I'm gonna live with you. If this is the thematic direction that we continue in, I'm probably gonna start to get really emotional, and I might even start crying at some point, because I'm just a massive empath. And this shit really kind of gets to me a little bit, you know? Not in a bad way. We have got lyrics for it though, dear God, track number 3. So we're going to go back a little bit. As this is the intro to the next track. Mom, I need a hug. It's so sad, dude. Dear God. I'll give that a like. I thoroughly respect that choice there to put that in there. I want to discuss something really quickly. I think it's a smart idea to have a bit more gentle country-ish acoustic vibe to something when you're going into heavy subject matter, because it balances out the intensity and the darkness of the lyrics with the brightness of the music. You can't just have it super, super dark a lot of the time. There needs to be balance there.
有个妈妈拿着儿子的照片，期盼他会出现。
David Tao's vocals work really well with distorted guitar and these clean guitar parts. He's really flexible, isn't he, with the way that he can use his voice. I can understand why it is one of his favorites. We do need more songs like this. That was a fun chord to switch on. That was a dominant 7th chord, and you don't hear that a lot when they put these extra bars in. But that's that bluesy kind of tonality that helps to add a bit of a change of suspense to the next section without being too intense, like a minor 7 flat 5 or something. Yeah, I'll give this a heart, dude. Ganshay says he wrote the song Dear God 2 weeks after 9/11 at LA. In a home in LA, he played the guitar and sang this moving song in 10 minutes. It's a gift from God, Tao said. Yeah, I think that to write this kind of music of this caliber, you need to have these experiences which bring it out of you. It takes you and puts you in a position where you can elevate yourself, and it becomes more natural when it comes from within like that, and it's your own take on it. I think that this is an exceptional song. I really do. Do you hear that really subtle organ in there? That's craftsmanship. That was a lovely little like space filler that, you know, it's just the little things you can appreciate, right? Right, bridge section. That was a fun tom fill. I liked the triplets there. It was a nice shift of pace, especially because I think we just had that dominant 7th chord in the previous part. Really smart move there from David Tao and people accompanying him. It's I'm not sure if he had Paul McCartney's drummers in this one as well. It wouldn't surprise me if he... I can see Junchi Huang says, I like the back part of shouting na na na. I mean, that's coming up, I suppose. I can definitely hear Beatles elements in here, for sure. Yeah. I think we have reviewed this in a fan request if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong, but I can definitely hear the Hey Jude vibes in this. I think that anyone wanting to become a really fantastic songwriter and composer probably ought to listen through a few of the main albums that the Beatles put out. I think that I think that that's kind of what you need to do in order to really kind of make some really special stuff, especially in pop and rock and music, you know. I'm not saying you can't be good without listening to the Beatles, but the Beatles were as big as they were for a reason, you know? Thanks, Vincent. I appreciate the clarification there.
刚刚看完远方传来的消息，像噩梦在继续。
It's great. It's great stuff, man. No complaints.
一点力量让自己能活下去。Dear God,
Oh, that was fun. That was unexpected. Sorry to interrupt the na 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 section. We've just come across it. This is a very mature take from David Tao, isn't it? This is a very mature take on the subject matter. I think this is someone who's gone through intense loss or a really traumatic experience and is just trying to find some peace in it all, some sort of sense of closure. This is stunning, dude. This is absolutely stunning. Great. Great work holding that note there, David. Well, this is very impressive. 3 for 3 at this point in time, even though I know that the second one wasn't a song. Dear God. Yeah, it sounds like it's calling out to God for an answer to try and find some way through the muck and the mess that they're in. That last section with the na-na-nas, yeah, absolutely a Beatles reference as far as I'm aware and or concerned. But at the same time, I think he put his own spin on it with the more sort of modern production that they have here. I like the more, it kind of sounded more Slash-ish, you know, from Guns N' Roses. That Slash-ish kind of pentatonic solo there in that lead section among the na-na-na-na-nas that we had going on there. I enjoyed this a lot. It is a shame that some of David Tao's music off of this album has not been, like, I would say that, like, in terms of the quality of the song listening experience, I'd say these two are probably equal. You know, I'd say Black Tangerine and Dear God are about equal in terms of the quality of the experience to me. They're just very different songs, you know? And I suppose that you kind of need this to contrast with that, because these two here, they contrast incredibly well. Incredibly well. We'll look at the lyrics here for Dear God. Yeah, definitely talking about the 9/11 incident here, I can see here. Just finished watching the 6:30 news. That sad scene is reenacted again. Yep, absolutely. I can see how the second track was flowing into the third. Hey, justice and fairness have become a joke. I'm not willing to live in this kind of city. David Tao doesn't want to live in a city where there's no hope, where there's no love. There's gossip but no opinions, so he's saying that people don't even really give a critical thought to it. Plan to run away. Each person is playing a game. Without money, no one is concerned about you. I get what you were saying, Cloud Daddy. I understand that now. Yeah, that's really sad. It's true though, unfortunately. Taking my life as a wager. How much longer is this craziness going to last? It's really sad. Really, really sad. Dear God, why are you closing your eyes and not thinking of a way out, pretending not to see? Tell me how to bring love back. Give me a bit of strength for me to continue living. Dear God, where are you? So this song is literally David Tao thinking, God, man, come on, dude. We need your help, buddy. Why aren't you seeing this? Why aren't you doing anything about it? Yeah, I can totally see that this was David questioning his spirituality there. I can totally hear that. I think a lot of people probably thought about that in this situation because it was just too much for a lot of people for them to accept that it was just, you know, poor man. I don't know where you guys were at that point. I was 10 at that point in time, I think. I was 9 or 10 years old. I remember waking up in the morning, but just before school, and the Twin Towers had just been smashed, and it was like all over TV, and it was absolutely horrific, dude. Yeah. It does sound a little bit like Axl Rose's. It sounds a mix of the Beatles vocalists, because a lot of it was that vocal style in that track there, Hey Jude, and the na 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 na, Hey Jude. That part there. It's a great track. But it is very dark. It is a very sad one. There might have been gentle music, but it's absolutely what I said at the start. That you had this really loving, caring music with this pentatonic bluesy country stuff. But then you also had the situation where people were, where he's questioning. It's heavy, man. Screaming at the news when it happened. Yeah. Yeah. We got Angel next though, track number 4. I've enjoyed this album so far. Yeah, Desperate Feeling. Angel. Do we have Angel here? David Tao, Angel. So we do have translations for Angel too, which is good. Track number 4. Let's go. This is nice with the... Is that like a flute or a woodwind or something like that? Oh, the tone color at the beginning of Angel comes from Mellotron. Thank you for that. I appreciate that, Gonche. I didn't realize that. I agree, it sounds like a nice palette cleanser from the 3rd track. You're absolutely right, Junchi. I love the sound design and the panning of the different vocals in the mix, as well as the mellotron and the guitar parts. Great 8th note sequence on those fingerpicked guitar parts. Very fluffy sounding. Fantastic effort from David Tao so far. It's another really compelling piece. I love how it goes into his head voice, his falsetto there. Really smart decision on his part to do that. It elevates him above where he was before and stands out amongst the guitar parts and the mellotron, and allows the arpeggiated guitar parts just to continue providing accompaniment, a set groove for him to hold those whole notes with the vibratos. Yeah, absolutely, Junshi. I mean, like, first of all, Jacob, I absolutely see what you're saying there with Dear God and Angel pairing them together. I think it was a smart move to have those tracks one after the other. But also, yeah, his head voice is so smooth. He can not only do the rock stuff and the kind of vocal fry stuff, but he can also do the stuff where he's really soft and gentle. Lovely backing vocals in his part on the extreme left and right stereo field. Excellent. To not only sing at that high range, but to also harmonize and then to also do that vibrato after holding the note like that exemplifies David Tao's skill as a singer. He's an exceptional vocalist. And the harmony, the arrangement is so interesting as well with these little whooshes. I'm not sure what the whooshes are meant to sort of simulate, whether it's an angel flying overhead. Nice shift in energy here. Great tone to those drums as well. The cymbals sound really nice and bright. I feel so relaxed now after listening to that. I love the guitar work, the bass coming in later on. The fact that we had one or two main sections, but they carried throughout the whole entire song without becoming boring, dude. He's the master of keeping things sounding fresh regardless of like how long the song is. I think that it's 4 for 4. I'm going to give this another like. And it's just more of a show of David's vocal ability, as well as his versatility as a performer, you know? I'd like to hear what the lyrics are about, though. In the mirror, I see a strange face, a faded look in the eyes. Yeah, we're going back to talk about the loneliness, you know? The loneliness. I think that that is a really valid thing for us to be discussing at this point in time, because, you know, for David Tao, we remember in the first one, Black Tangerine, it was discussing the struggles that David Tao was having with medicine and trying to get past the sadness and everything. It really is, you know, you got like the boat rocking in the sea, even the North Star cannot be seen. Who can set sail and sail forever leave this dark lake? So he's looking for an angel to get him out of the situation after he's had this conversation with God, trying to figure out if he cares. Sometimes I think nobody can truly understand all the pain I harbored inside. That's raw. That's a very raw experience we're having there. You know, he's showing himself, all of them, to you as listeners. It's a really honest experience that we're having with David Tao at the moment. And it's great to know that he's not afraid of voicing himself like this and approaching his demons and getting it out there into a bigger sort of like podium, you know, into a bigger arena. Maybe this song is written for healing those people who lost their families in 9/11. I would say that would be the case. I also think that David is dealing with his own demons as well. I think it's a combination of those two. And the beautiful thing about a song is that you can have multiple meanings to it, multiple focal points to it, multiple topics to discuss with the same words. Please tell a tired and lonely me that you'll always be waiting. Please stay by my side. I'll never let go of my hand. Stunning. Yeah, that's a nice palate cleanser. After Dear God, it's more like he's just asking above. Not for someone to fix the world, but for at least someone to take care of him and keep him company and help him to get through the stuff that's ahead. As well as the stuff that already exists. Let's Fall in Love. Do I have lyrics for this one? No. I don't have lyrics for that one. So, there were some songs where I couldn't get the lyrics for them. I couldn't find lyrics for this one here. It was a bit tricky for me, so sorry about this. I don't have lyrics for this one. Absolutely Gonche. Absolutely. Gonche. This is still more contemporary, isn't it? Are those electric drums, or are they like heavily processed acoustic ones? It's a little bit more peppy and upbeat, eh? When a song about love, it's a nice shift from what we had about gods and angels and stuff like that. Sup? How you doing? You have a bit more of that gentleness that we've had before, you know, a bit more of that gentleness that we've had before with Angel, but also it's a little more energetic, and I think that this is a nice shift from Angel, which was very, very, very calm and peaceful. Gotta keep the mood going, you know? Thank you to Jacob for helping me to figure out what the song was about, because again, I don't have lyrics for this. I couldn't find English translations for this song. So thank you to you all for helping me figure out what these songs are about. Yep, way more perky, dude. I'm liking these synth melodies that we have on top. They're nice and fun. It does sound kind of nightlife-ish, but at the same time, you have this, the lyrics still have some dark themes. I'm sure they do. I mean, like, I really don't see how we couldn't have some dark themes, especially with how the album started. But I think that David is trying to cater to his audience here and the wide variety of different music fans he has. Yeah, show some love to Jacob. Jacob helps out a lot, whether he's providing lyrics for these live streams or in general. Thank you to Jacob for his help understanding the tracks. It does sound like this track could be a little bit erotic. I don't mind tracks being erotic. Let them be sexy, that's all good. And then his da 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 kind of backing vocals here, and there's the consistency of the drum groove here, and David Tao just being able to allowed to explore the scales relevant to the vocal melodies and everything, and that the ornamentation, legato passages there, and the singing. Dude, as far as I'm concerned, he could sing about whatever he wants, man. I could listen to him all day. Ah, one night stands. Hey, David Tao. Hey. just between you and me, I don't think David Tao would struggle with getting it on with people. You know what I mean? I heard that. I heard that little vocal sample. Jing Feng Guan. You found the English lyrics.
Come on， 浪费这眼泪，还能怪谁？别再像宝玉黛玉的结局那么可悲，不用去后悔，怕犯规，只有比赛没不对，只要你会愿意去跟我争金杯。
That there, the production value there, that just nice shake up a little bit. Oh, we're getting very sassy with a David Tao. Very sassy. He's aware that we've done the theme a few times now. We needed to do something just to refresh it. Cool. I mean, I'll just hang on. How do I usually do it? Usually I go here and then I go here. I don't want to play that again. I'm just doing something real quick. Credits. Da-da-dum. Ah. Yeah. Yeah, I can't find it. I can't find it. It's tricky. I can't find it. I can't find it. We're kind of stuck. Yeah. Yeah. I'll just wait a minute in case, yeah. Yeah. It's a shame that you can't paste the URL or the links in the chat, but I suppose it stops people from being able to, you know, it stops people from being able to, you know, get people to like leave the chat and go to some weird websites. So I kind of understand why you wouldn't want to have that, you know? Yeah, I'll wait a minute and then we'll just get into the next song, I think. It's all chill, man. It's all chill. It's all chill. What's the next track anyways? The next track I think is Butterfly. But yeah, I absolutely I loved this. What was the song called? It was called Let's Fall in Love. Really tasteful track. Probably there's some eroticism in there I won't know about, but that's fine. There's no issues with that whatsoever. It's an inside joke for you all to enjoy because you can like understand it. And that's all good. Cool. Thank you. Ah, yeah. This has some. So we actually have received it. Yeah, we can look at it anyways. It's okay. So if we go here, we got yeah. They've got this. Thank you. Thank you. The email. So this is mostly, I think, in Pinyin. But we can see Come On, Let's Fall in Love. 5, 6, 7, 8. I assume they're doing the dance of love. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's Fall in Love. There's probably a bit more to it than just clean love, but that's fine. But thank you, Ineos, for the attempt with the lyrics. I appreciate it. Jingfeng Kwan, I appreciate the help with that. We're just going to have to leave the rest of it as a mystery because I can't find the rest of it translated into English. We have track number 6, though. We have Butterfly, I think. Butterfly, right? Not that one. Butterfly. Cool. On the bottom page. Is there more to it? Is there more to it? Oh my goodness! I keep thinking that this website... I keep thinking that this website is finished at this point. Okay. Real quick. Thank you. Thank you. Hurt too much by love. I also understand the sadness. You said, welcome to the Commonwealth of broken loves live for men. Too much love. I also understand the sadness. A heart hanging on you. You say you hate the weakness of girls in the dream of red mansions. So yeah, I think this is... Yeah, so that David Tao is trying to be supportive of this person, falling in love with him. Big deal, you'll get a little tired when you get up tomorrow morning. Who else to blame for wasting these tears? Don't be as sad as the ending about you and die you, no need to regret. Afraid of fouling, this friendly match is okay. Yeah, it's definitely about a one-night stand. Okay, so it's definitely about a one-night stand. There's falling in love, but then there's also the, yo, this can be casual if you want it to be. Let's just have fun and enjoy ourselves. So thank you again to Jingfeng Kwan for the help with finding the lyrics for that track. I thoroughly appreciate it. And thank you to everyone else for helping me to figure out everything else associated with it. We're going to go back to the start and listen to track number 6. Is that the Mellotron again or something like that? Nice, I like the filtering work on the piano that we've got there and the other layering devices. I like that we gradually kind of scooped it up as we went along there. I like the drums coming in for the fill, returning to that Beatles kind of vibe. Sup, Hanny Yang? How you doing? Oh, that guitar there. That guitar being panned on the right side allows for the voice in the center to be more present. It's also very different than what we've had so far. It's very scratchy guitar tone, but that isn't necessarily a bad thing if it's mixed well. We had like a harp or something that on the left side to even it out. I was wondering why we had the vocals in the center and the guitar on the right, but it's because we're going to you know what I mean? That's fun. Super fuzzy guitar, to be honest. I think the ooh-ah that we've got here is a nice touch as well. It's this is a really well written song. I think he's double-tracked his vocals, and he's so good at his singing that it almost sounds like they're phasing each other out. That's talent. Repeating this hook a second time, that's fine. Great higher energy there with those extra vocal lines. This barbershop kind of quartet vibe that we're going on with these backing vocals, as well as the removal of some of the mids to allow it to be a bit more spacious and precise, is a great shift. Lovely interlude. Key shift, up a step. Nice to have that additional lead guitar on the right there again. Good move, David. Ooh. Hey. Lovely jazzy little outro there, man. Great. That R&B stuff is strong in this one. He absolutely has that R&B game down strong, and it was nice again to have the doo-wops come in, and generally just impressed with what we've had so far. It's good stuff. It's good times. Good times. Good times. I am gonna be right back. I'll just be a second, okay? I'll just be a second. I'll be right back in a moment. Just gonna go. How do I do it? Play capture video device. Be right back. Back in 3 minutes. Alright. Okie dokie. And boom. I am back. Let us continue with the lyrics. Let us continue. Not this one, no, we found the lyrics for that one. Not Angel. We've got Butterfly. When the world was about to give up, like a soldier left alone in the wilderness, I start to doubt whether my life has any meaning. In the eyes of others, I've seemingly become invisible. Could it be that once I'm down, I could never get up again? Who would come and save this fallen soul? So we've gone from what we had with Angel, and we've maybe had a one night stand to sort of kind of come to terms with everything and kind of find some peace with it. And then what we've had here is that now we're back to considering whether someone will actually be able to save us. I will talk about the musicality of the track in a moment because I don't want to miss out on that. Whenever I see you like a butterfly flying over ruins, my heart is at peace. I can go over living again. So is this like Angel, the one that he's talking about here, the person who managed to save him from like his like doom and get him out of the dark places that he was in? Why do I have to be worthy of you careful? Why do you answer all of my pleas? I can go on and forget the past, you let me retrieve a new life. Yeah, so this song was effectively about David Tao getting to a point in his life where he could... We've got a bit more to go though, to be fair, if we continue. Oh, it went straight into it, never mind. It was a lot shorter than that. I will give him a heart though, to be fair, for Butterfly. I think that the song does kind of sound like he's flying through the air, like it's got that sort of grace and eloquence to it. In addition to that, Huh? Ah. I don't know why I disappeared then, that's fine, I'm back now. It's got that grace and eloquence to it, a sense of serenity in there. There wasn't a lot of tension within the chord harmonies or the overall arrangement of it. I thoroughly appreciate what we had going on there with the peacefulness of the track. It was a lot like Angel, but a little bit less severe. There was still that tension there to keep it interesting. And the instrument performance is phenomenal. And David Tao, especially with the doo-wops and all the other stuff going on, absolutely on top of his game. But it was very pleasant to listen to, and I look forward to what we've got next. I suppose that would be... what would it be? Again, we have... What do we have? Kung Pao Chicken. We found lyrics for this one. Yeah, there might be 13 hearts. There might be 13 hearts. But yeah. Let's go. Kung Pao Chicken. It's nice to have the chicken in there. It gets you in the mood, like, instantly. I instantly love the vibe of this. It's so fun and excited and charismatic. And David Tao here, he sounds so calm and in the zone there, like he wants to talk about the chicken. He's very excited for the chicken. Very excited for the chicken. I love how we don't just have the same chord progression in the vast majority of these songs. David allots a set kind of bass line to like the bridge or the verse or the chorus, and it helps to really get each of these individual sections standing out. I love the wicka wicka wickas and the turntablism as well, dude. It's good fun. Yeah, I think there might be 13 hearts for sure at the rate David's going, and this is a cuter song about how spicy love can be. Excellent, I enjoy that. Thank you. Love is pretty spicy, dudes. Just that the sound, the little bits of foley there, the additional little sound bites that he has there. It's just fun, it's creative, it's a nice way of shifting into this next section. Great transitory device. Oh, and going into a 7th chord from that breakbeat electric drum kit, there's just so much cool stuff to pick apart here, man. Hey, he's rapping. I like that he's rapping, eh? He's cutting up his own vocal line. That's so dope, dude. Okay, we're back to this. That's cool. This original theme. I think they these 7th chords make it a more relaxed kind of lounge experience. Like they can both be relaxed and sort of chill and vibe with each other. Oh, is the rapper not David? Who is the rapper in this? Thanks, Terry Ping. I didn't realize that. Nothing wrong with a dirty song, Lido Ren. Nothing wrong with a dirty song. It's good fun. Good fun. We're all adults here. I think. It's cool that he does it live, Jacob. I vibe with that. Ooh, that solo there. Whoa. Whoa. That's from a song, isn't it? The whoa. I mean, I can't do it justice, but yeah, there are some callbacks I can see here to the pop 90s influence, as well as some kind of indie sort of rock and some like Sublime is coming to mind for some reason. I like that. We've had a wide range of different types of music within this, from like rock, metal kind of stuff to R&B to pop stuff to acoustic, and then we've had this, which is you know, it's that 90s groove to it. We got the lyrics though. There's just, you know, there's so much to pick apart that I feel like I'm not really doing the songs justice. There's just David Tao. He's not really a massive fan of minimalism, is he? He really likes to put these little Easter eggs in there for you to sort of pick apart and appreciate. The lyrics though, what do we got? Kung Pao Chicken. Let's go. Let's go. Let's do it. Good, 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 good. I have a little donkey. I never ride it. One day I came to my head to ride it to the fair. Ah. I came to the town market with my big cock. It was a noisy crowd of traders. You're like an angel in a dream. There we go. I see what we're doing there. What don't you have to do at home? I just want you to do mine. Aww. It's kind of wholesome because you can see that he's gone to the fair and this woman is making his heart fly, you know? I really don't have the money. I can't give you everything I have. Oh my goodness, David Tao is giving her his rooster, his favorite rooster. I just stick it to you every day. Good. Have fun. When you've already talked about some really dark stuff, some really heavy topics, have some music in there that's meant to sort of talk about the lighter stuff in life, you know? Excellent. Great. Love is like Kung Pao chicken. It's good fun. The quirky voice is kind of funny. And he also brings children's songs like Little Donkey to the stage, which shows his childlike sweetness. Yep, I dig it. There's a sense of like innocence there, but you can tell that David is putting some stuff in for the adults in the room as well. Great song, great sense of humor, Kung Pao chicken. Yeah, apparently it is a very famous dish as I understand it, and that's awesome. I'd love to have some, to be honest. I haven't had any food like that in a while. We got Melody though, track number 8. I'll just make sure I have notation for that. Melody, awesome. Track number 8, doing well. Yeah, I can imagine that the innuendo might have slipped past, and I think it's fantastic when that innuendo gets through the censors, you know? Melody, track number 8 though. It was a long time ago. To be honest, you guys should tell me what kind of foods I should try. I want to try some new food. If you guys have any meals you really like, feel free to let me know what your favorite foods are, you know? My favorite food is pizza. But I need to expand my palate a little bit. Favorite song, eh? It is fairly well staged. It's very smooth, isn't it? You have this lovely 4-chord progression coming in here with these this electric piano that's stunning. I'm surprised that nobody's suggested we do this in a fan request before, to be honest. Yeah, it's very pretty so far, isn't it? Now that you guys have talked about Kung Pao chicken, I want to eat food now. I'm looking forward to having some food after this live stream, but yeah, considering how adept David is at putting forward these splendid melodies, I think it's fantastic that he's writing a song about it. I thought I might have reviewed this. Oh, it's his ex-girlfriend's name. Cool. The sound of the organs or the electric keyboard with the sound of these drums in the room and the there's a sensuality to it as well that I appreciate. There's this warmth and coziness in there. I can understand why it's so appreciated. Just the way that his voice just lingers there and there's this lovely reverb tail on it. and it's so soft and so soothing, and it just resonates so beautifully, you know? And the guitar work is so subtle there. It's like a really intricate. And before we continue, because I know that you guys are probably not super keen on the fact that I paused then, because we sounded like we were going to something really exciting and quite different. The bass as well. I'm sure you guys can probably hear the bass, but that is some of the smoothest sounding bass I've heard in studio production. It's like the R&B that R&B should aspire to, as far as I'm concerned, both in terms of the composition and arrangement and David's performance and songwriting. It's just so cool, dude. He's kind of like... Oh, we're coming down a little bit. Before we go into that key change there, I wasn't expecting it. I liked the difference with the intensity of the vocal performances in that interlude there. I think it thoroughly justifies a key change here. I don't know what more you could have done that David Tao hasn't tried to do already within this. Probably one of the best key changes I've heard in the song. Oh. Yep, going high up there. I mean, like, would I listen to this song as one that would kind of get me like super hype and ready for the day, and like it's the song you've got to like really listen to and appreciate when you're in the mood for it. It's not a happy, charismatic, enthusiastic kind of like upbeat kind of track, but it's more somber and calm and composed and expressive, and again that sensuality about it, which it makes sense considering that it is for David Tao's ex Melody. I think that it's nice to have this side of David Tao as well. It's probably the most sincerest sounding vocal performance I've had from David so far, even with like Dear God and stuff like that. Where I think that Dear God kind of had to be a little bit more kind of like, yeah, no, actually, no, I'll tell you, I'm not going to go any further with it. David Tao is completely different. It's incomparable between the two. Melody is, we'll have a look through the lyrics. Have a look through the lyrics here. I finally understand that you've changed his memories. Oh. Only when I lost you did I know to cherish you. Oh, so this is about David Tao realizing that he maybe took Melody for granted. And now that Melody's gone, he's regretting the decision to like have taken her for granted. That's what the song's about. That time I couldn't write a song for you, nevertheless my eternal regrets and love die. Finally the song with a falling rest, I hear every memory flow words. Why still can I say goodbye? You are, never forget, you are so beautiful, it makes music endlessly go off. So this person is incredibly inspirational to David Tao. She's like the muse, you know? Like, she's like his muse, and that muse no longer exists anymore, but he can't get the memories of her out of his head. It's weird, like, I don't feel like there's a lot more that I need to say about Melody that hasn't already been heard or appreciated by you watching this. It's practically a near flawless performance by David Tao. The only thing I wish with these songs is that this is one of those songs where, considering how popular it is, I wish I could understand it fluently. But I've got lots of love for what they've managed to accomplish here, you know. The album so far, all 8 tracks have been absolutely sensational. There's not been a weak one between them, you know. Not a weak one. Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully they're both doing well. Hopefully Melody and David are doing well and have found happiness in their own rights, you know. Usually, I suppose as a closing comment on Melody, yeah, the melody and the hook is probably what pulls it. I think that, because there's this constant, and there's that note there that kind of, I don't think it's a part of the scale. I think it's a chromatic note which instills this tension there, and you're constantly going between that tension back to that resolution, and there's that euphoria, that sense of dopamine, that comes from having the song loop, the chorus loop back between that tension and that resolution there. I think that's part of that's part of why it is so effective, is because of that. But also just I don't think that he would have added anything to it to improve it. It's just flawless, dude. Flawless, damn near flawless. We've got a Yui Jiang Dai Biao Shui De Xin, or a Moon Over My Heart, I believe. Moon Over My Heart, if I'm not mistaken. Here we go. Number 9. Nice combination of the organ or the electric keyboard, bass, drums, vocals. Oh, cool key change, cool chord change there. It was nice to have those additional percussive elements there, the melodic percussive da-dum bottom that panned along the headphones from right to left. Additional to that, the plugged instruments, the harp there, was cool too. Or that could be a peeper or something like that, as I remember from the J Chow review. Oh, there's a guitar coming in now. Good, good, good. I don't know if you guys are going to lambast me for this or not, but I'm hearing some of what I heard from like J Chow's second and third albums in this. There's a similarity in some of the tonalities with the different instruments and stuff. Obviously, like David Tao and J Chow are different musicians, you know, they have their own style of things. But I can hear similarities between their styles and songs like this. Oh, the Beltry, that shimmer is gorgeous, dude. I like how we have the chromaticism there, that accidental on that chord. Just bum 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 before we go on to that and back into another line of the verse. It's little things like that, little breaks. Cut in the half section. It's good. Oh, backing vocals again. Nice call and response. Again, it's nice for him to articulate himself in that higher vocal range, as it allows the plucked instruments and the guitar to sit really nicely there. And you'll notice as well that you don't have the guitar melody at the same time as the plucked part. They're taking turns because they realize they're having too many melodic elements or lead bits to pay attention to. Can be overwhelming for the listener. Nice syncing with some of those moments there. And the cascading, ascending and descending, little arpeggio on the harp, there was a nice way to transition between these two sections here. Yeah, no, I appreciate that we're continuing to elevate this last hook section here, adding some additional vocal layers here. You know, 3 different vocal layer parts. And that bass, the bass line is so smooth. Again, these R&B bass with a synth or like an electric bass. I appreciate what we're going for here. I don't think that a synth bass would have necessarily suited a song like this, especially with the acoustic analog elements that we have here. Also, just while we're here, I want to address the volume stuff. The way that the volume mixer I have on my computer works at the moment, I have Spotify at like 5, and if I put it to 6, it gets considerably louder because it's basically increasing its volume by like 20%. There's not a lot I can do about that. It's just the way that the current setup I have for these live streams works. I can edit and mix the audio a lot better when I'm working within like a recorded review, but in live stream situations, this is just something I have here. This is also often why I will do like an edited version of like a live stream, just so that I can even out those volume levels a little bit. But yeah. Nice crash at the end though. I think that's stunning. Really, really good. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. It's really good. We've got it's something I'll figure out in future. Like I could potentially get like a noise gate where like when I talk it makes the music go quieter or something like that, but I don't want to screw with the volume settings too much at the moment. I'll probably end up putting the same effects chain that I have on my Adobe Premiere review settings as the live stream at some point. I'm just debating whether or not my computer will be okay with that because I just don't want it to be having processing issues in the middle of while it's recording and live streaming at the same time. But yeah, definitely the way I articulated the R&B style is great. No complaints about it whatsoever. Lyrics. It's the fault of that night's moon. It was so romantic that it made people anxious. The night was just a little cool, so that love suddenly became difficult to part with. The arced moon in the sky looking at us madly in love. Don't talk of any promises, my kiss on your shoulder. Don't know. Don't know. Whose heart does the moon represent? What is this song about? I always double check that I'm not like... No, that is where it is. Cool. Represents my heart. How much I love you. I sing softly beside your ear. Kiss on your shoulder. So this, you guys have mentioned this is like a traditional Chinese love song or something like that. Is that the case that David Tao is literally just singing the lyrics for that? And that it is about love and the moon. Cool. Thank you very much. I was just confirming that. I'll step away from the microphone a little bit. I've realized that's probably part of why I'm a little bit louder is because I think I mixed it when I used to like stand like an automaton, you know? It's just a serenade. That's cool, but thank you for the clarification on that, Jacob. And Dr. Rocky, I'll figure it out at some point, dude. I'll figure it out at some point soon, alright? Just change a few things. To see the moon and just like to see a faraway lover. Oh, he added lyrics. Oh, okay, that's good. I'm appreciative of that. I'm glad that David Tao made it his own. We got 22 next. That's cool. So yeah, we're definitely into the R&B half of this album, which I don't necessarily mind. I don't think it's a bad thing to have R&B, considering that like David Tao does a lot of R&B. I just kind of miss some of the distorted rock elements we had earlier on, you know? But I suppose we can't, or you can't always have that, especially because I think Jacob, you mentioned me up front that this was the way it was going to be in this review, that he was going to have more of a focus on the R&B elements beyond that. But that's cool. We got 22 anyways. 22 we have done in a review. Good. Good, I'm glad there's one more rock song. Well, David Tao is keeping these chord progressions interesting by encouraging these like semi-accidental notes within these chord progressions, and it's unexpected, and it's just way more interesting because of that. If you're writing music, try to obviously learn how the key signatures work. But also, when you write music, once you know how key signatures work and once you know how to stack chord progressions, change one of the notes occasionally, you know? Make it so that you do come back to, make it so that you do come back to, you know, like the resolution of the major or the minor key. But you kind of also want to like mess with the listener's expectations. I like in those rim shots as well. They're a nice replacement for a snare. Great job going up in that range. Again, I know I've reviewed this before. I like the space that we have, but before these chorus sections, we have the bomb, bomb. And it just allows us to take a moment before kind of escorting us into that hook. I can see that 22 means 22 years old, which is all the age when you leave campus after graduating from college. Thank you, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Thank you for the clarity, guys. Ganshay, Axathim, and Jacob Good. And Sup, how you doing? How you doing? Just a heads up, he's doing very well as a 22-year-old, isn't he? He sounds like he's being very patient with himself, to be fair. This is the power of having consistency with vocal melodies and harmonies here. He can do what he wants with the guitar in the background. Like, you can hear some really intricate guitar riffs going on in the clean section. But he gets away with it because there's sub layers, there's sub harmonies there, there's little ingredients there that support rather than detract from the main focal point of the mix. Yeah, I can groove with this, man. The hi-hat, I don't really talk about the drums a lot aside from, oh, that's a cool fill there. You know, Whoever is doing the drums in this part is absolutely pocketing. I love how they know to keep the drum beats relatively minimalist in situations like this. I don't think that you could get away with having some frenetic percussion going on. Let the movement come from the guitar and bass parts as well as the vocals. And the occasional organ bits. And I don't know if you're aware of how difficult it would have been to be able to get those parts as cleanly recorded as they were. But that's some quite skillful guitar playing there alongside the other elements of the mix. And for them to get this recorded like in a studio environment without needing to do any effects processing or anything like that, it's just bravo. Bravo to David Tao and everyone that he was working with. They're sensational musicians. I'd love to see David Tao live, to be fair, you know? Okay, guitar solo. Cool. Great move. Great move here. Stank, man. Cool. Going back to simplicity here, the main hook. Absolutely, how the pentatonic scale. It's such an easy scale to create solos with. You just avoid any weird notes in there. Good vibe. Good vibe. Yeah, I agree, W Cloud Daddy. Good vibe. Good vibe. Martin says, one thing to know is in his first album with a track called 17-Year-Old, which was just 5 years ago from this album. So he started making music when he was 17. Oh, he was a youngin', wasn't he? That David Tao started young. What a beast. Yep, 22 is another classic. I don't feel the need to unheart that. We got 10 from 10 at the moment. We got lyrics though for this track. Yeah, definitely it's about David Tao. Spring is her favorite season. Definitely discussing the work situation. She still had 15 minutes till lunch break. Not as easy to get that work there. Oh. She's like a flower bud full of hope, but she's anxious about the future and wishes she could go back in time. Oh, after a relationship that lasted only 22 months, she finally knows that some feelings are not worth it. Damn, dude. Yeah, it seems like a long time when you're young, but that's like a drop in the pond, isn't it? Got the weather in September is still a bit hot. 22 on the year, March 6th. Yeah. It's very sobering. I'm not really sure what the overall theme of this album was, Black Tangerine. Do any of you know what the overall theme or purpose of the album was? Was there a specific direction David Tao was wanting to go in with it? I'm not sure, man. Yeah, she wishes she could go back in time and life isn't as she expected. but it's like also gentle. It's like, how could she have known? It's more like a retrospective, like a, you know, oh, well, we're doing our best to get by and that's all we can do, right? Don't know the simple dream come true or not. Yeah, you can't know when you're that young. You just got to give it your best shot. Oh, he was 28 when he released his first album. Oh, crazy. Well, that's even better then, dude. He did it when he was a bit older. That's sick. We have got 3 tracks to go, though. 3 tracks to go, though. Thank you for that clarification. Mayanata, English translation. Let's go. 3 to go, Shredders.
もしもしもしもし
Mushy mushy.
何これ
This panning here is kind of unusual. It sounds like we've got a radio filter going on. We got this flamenco Latin American kind of vibe with this dun bum 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 bum. Are we meant to be listening to this to a radio? What was the groove here? Good, I was waiting for the return of the overdriven guitars, man. I'm so glad that this is a part of the album. I would have honestly been disappointed if we hadn't had any rock songs after how strong we started with Black Tangerine. You can really fuzzy tone, but there's nothing wrong with that, eh? Just for that ending there, like the way I transitioned, you had some semitonal shifts. And there was a bit of darkness there, and a bit of sassiness, and a bit of sexiness there. And then we're going back to this radio filter. I like the bright transition too, you're absolutely right, Vincent. Nice bass in the center of the stereo field. Nice accordion work here. That crescendo there coming in from that verse element, which is kind of naked sounding, to be honest. Like, you've got these little disparate elements that mesh together phenomenally well as in the bigger picture, but then you have the guitars come in and just fill up that space in this hook section. It's nice and huge sounding, but also not too overwhelming. Yeah. Clever stuff, absolutely. What kind of instrument was that? Like, I know there was a slide guitar. Was it a Chapman stick or something like that? Was it like an F-hole guitar or something like that? Like a steel cap or something like that? Nice to have that transition into those sort of more romantic elements there. Great fill there. Just having those, like, da-da-da-da, Mayanata. Great fill work there going into that. Love the transition. This is probably my favorite track out of them. Although I do like Black Tangerine though. I like the first one a lot. I don't know. Oh, great call response there.
下去，no no，我们最默契，我不会怪你，因为有一天你会看见我爬出
Returning to this flamenco style. Thank you, I appreciate the clarification on being a shamisen. I appreciate that a lot. Oh, that was very warm there with the crash cymbals. That was a fun track to dance with. I enjoyed that, Maya Nata. What lyrics have we got? What lyrics have we got for this? Oh. In the middle of the night, the sad lonely me can only hear the sound of the old man paddling his buns on his bike. Yoji Handesu, where are you, my dear? Are you again drinking Nakashi at the Kurabu? Yeah, Cloud Daddy. We gotta do it at 5k subs though, man. That's the dealio. 5k subs for the 5th JCho album team. Oh, do you still love me? What did I do wrong? Yeah, this is definitely based on those sitcoms and rom-coms, eh, Jacob? Absolutely. Yeah, one day you'll crawl out of the TV. I dig that, dude. I dig that a lot. That's clever stuff, dude. Clever stuff. Oh, drink, drunk for you. Please say you won't love me don't love me anymore, my darling. I'm so sorry. The DLCL system is wrong. The wrong bell. I like how he's got more of a sense of humor about this, talking about how he's so lonely. You can only hear the old man with the buns. The DHL delivery driver, you know. There's a hint of sadness there, but it's overwhelmed by the sense of humor and the charisma behind it. One day you'll see me crawling out of your home TV. Excellent line to finish off of, you know. You're never going to fully escape from David Tao. He'll hunt you down. He'll hunt you down wherever you live. Excellent, excellent. Lots of love for that, Maya Nata. Now, again, we have a situation here. I couldn't find the lyrics for this one. I couldn't find the lyrics for number 12. Lullaby. I couldn't find lyrics for this. We'll have a check though, because I have a feeling that it could be a situation where like it's one of those websites that I got shown earlier, and the English lyrics are right at the bottom of the fucking page. What is this here? Is this David Tao? No, I don't know, man. David Tao. Here. Lullaby. Is it gonna load? Have we actually managed to figure it out? I don't know, dude. Good night. Yeah, it's kind of annoying. I wish this would just like show the English lyrics of it. Yeah? No. Yeah. We'll listen through it anyways, though. We've got track number 12 here. We've got Lullaby. So if you guys know where I can find English lyrics for number 12, cheers. I could just have missed it. It's a lot more gentle, this one, isn't it? Jazzy chords here. Yeah, it's nice to just have David Tao with the piano. We haven't had a lot of that in this album so far. It's nice to have him reduced like that to hear the true quality, the full focus of his voice with the piano accompaniment. Mayday, we're gonna have to recheck the schedule for those top 5 Spotify ones, but we can probably do Mayday at some point soon, I think. it makes sense to do Mayday in May.
这世界好像隔了月，孩子梦里下的甜，午夜在我怀里，你可以安眠。
I love the dynamic range that we have in this performance. He's not afraid to play some harder notes on the piano just to shake things up. The staccatos in there exploring the lower range of the instrument.
月光在墙上和你玩游戏，真假有时难分清，到银河边缘找星星，你的梦幻冒险我陪你去，别再哭，我就在你身边，不会让你有任何危险，紧紧握着你的小手，陪你远离这个梦魇，为你做什么我都情愿。
Yeah, no, I respect that. Vocal run alone where you're sensing a higher range there and just everything becomes nice and cloudy and starry. It's charming, isn't it? I don't need to understand the story being presented here in order to appreciate it. I also want to touch on what Dr. Rocky said. So yeah, by the way, what's the plan tomorrow next week? So we've got probably, we're going to be doing a top 5 Spotify next Saturday. We got fan requests tomorrow, but the SP Patron edition. So if you're an SP Patron, you'll get priority pick in that fan request for like the first 30 minutes. And then next Sunday, we'll probably have this normal fan request as well. Soul Power Concert in 2003 is considered as the best live show of him. Best vocal function in your arrangement of songs. I'm happy to like maybe check it out if we aren't going to have any issues where YouTube blocks it, because videos are trickier because YouTube does not always like me playing them in live streams, you know? So I'm not sure if I can commit to watching a live concert just because YouTube could shut it down, but we can see. I just adore how beautiful the song is. It's like David Tao is proving here that not only can he do the big band thing, not only can he do the rock metal acoustic stuff, but he can also handle just a solo performance like this. And the piano shifts parts never really stay the same. Like there's a similar chord progression and like a bass line to it, but he has these little adjustments that he makes throughout and explores his vocal range there, and it's not boring, it's really fascinating, you know? I mean, I'm sure you guys can all understand and appreciate that, you know, you can hear it. Good night. Good night. He says goodnight. Ah, stunning. Stunning song from David Tao. That's one of the most beautiful songs I've heard during my time as live streaming these reviews. And that is not there's not an hyperbole. I'm not being hyperbolic there. I don't know how you could become any sweeter than that. How you could have that much more sophistication, elegance to it. You can imagine being in the room as David Tao as he sings and plays. It's just such a beautiful song. Martin, Soul Power Concert Records on Spotify too. Okay. Should we do a vote then? Should we do a vote after this is the next David Tao thing we do? Should we maybe do the concert on Spotify? This song was totally improvised. How does he do this? How does David Tao improvise stuff like this, dude? He's an absolute machine. What an incredibly talented individual. Thank you to Ganche for the lyrics here. Kindly provided for lyrics of track number 12. We got a look of purple and blue skies about to disappear. A moment of endless beauty. My baby is looking forward to tomorrow. Look at your innocent face. The world is like a paradise. The child smiles sweetly in his dream. It does sound like probably one of the best lullabies you could ever sing someone, doesn't it? I can't believe this is improvised. That's so cool, dude. Moonlight Plains games on the wall. Pick stars at the edge of the Milky Way. You dream adventure, I'll go with you. Wow. It's so precious, isn't it? So is this Jay? Is this Jay? So is this David? Is this David basically talking to his kid? Is this David talking to his kid? Is this the lullaby for his child? Because that would be so cool if that was the case. If that was a song dedicated to his kid. Hopefully the kid's honored. It's a great vibe. It's so pretty. The imagery of like going through space and the stars and going on that journey together in their dreams is just so sweet. And it's so appropriate for the subject matter that we have here. I'd do anything for you. You get the feeling that that's an authentic statement. Wow. David Tao can not only go from rock ballads to like songs about really heavy social topics, to Angel questioning his spirituality and trying to find peace and hope in this world. Is he talking to his younger self? I see. Very interesting. I think, like, again, like, it's interesting how the way we interpret stuff is different. I like the fact that people can have that subjective experience with the song titles and the lyrics and everything like that. But it makes sense if he's talking to himself as well. You know, trying to find that sense of peace in the world and be able to sleep peacefully and be safe and well taken care of. And that song does sound like it's performed and written and sung by someone who would take care of whoever they're singing it about. Absolutely class act. The last track for today, Katrina. Katrina lyrics. This is the demo, I think. Track number 13.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you to Ganche for the lyrics for number 12. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everyone for the help with the lyrics. I did try my best to find these songs and the lyrics, but I appreciate the help.
Katrina, I can't stop looking in your eyes, but my words don't come out straight. I don't know what to say, no. On Monday, I tell myself you gotta wait, Dave. Don't rush it, don't anticipate. Take it slowly, it's okay. It's okay.
Sup Ian Lynn, how you doing?
And I just wanna
And I might have to go check out the beach, eh? I really appreciate the fact that you guys are giving me all this different musics and songs to listen to, because I wouldn't have been able to find it otherwise. I'm glad that I have people helping me to learn more about David Tao.
Deep inside, yeah, yeah. And I don't wanna look back on life to see this missed opportunity, yeah, to get to know you.
I think this is a fantastic demo, written for Eason Chan. Hopefully Eason Chan. I think people said that Eason Chan sang the Chinese version of it, which is cool.
Even at the risk of looking like a
Yeah.
fool to you, yeah, yeah. On Wednesday, I casually walk on by to find that you're not.
I know this is in English, and I know that this should be a lot easier for me to be able to like understand and take in for obvious reasons, but I'm still gonna have a look through the lyrics at the end, okay?
Out there, act like I don't care. Who am I lying to? But on Friday, I catch a glimpse of you. I tell myself, don't hesitate. You just walk up and say hello. Say hello. And I just want a chance to know you. To know.
The power in his voice, accompanied by the guitar parts and the backing vocals, is stunning. It is such a raw performance. I think that works in its favor.
Woman deep inside, yeah, yeah. And I don't wanna look back on life to see this missed opportunity, yeah, yeah, to get to know you. Even
I like the fact that he writes these songs and puts so much effort into it. Like, even if he doesn't get a reply, the fact that he did not half-ass it, it was 100%. David Tao does not mess around. And Hao Fu, I totally vibe with that, man. I think that, I get the emotional progression throughout the album. You're absolutely right.
risk of looking like a fool to you. And I just want a chance to know you, to know the love you have inside. Yeah, yeah. Oh, no, no, no. And I don't wanna look back on life.
That life. Here's an interesting way of pronouncing that, but I kind of adore it.
Missed opportunity.
He's got real twang to his voice, I think.
Get to know you.
Sup, Jane Clark? How you doing?
Risk of looking like a fool.
Ah, she said she likes the song, but she has a boyfriend. Yeah, what can you do there, man? David's not gonna try and mess with that. David knows the rules. It's worth a shot anyways, right?
Katrina, will I ever know your heart?
Is that it? Is that it? Does it continue? Why is it saying 356, 357, 358? Is the album over? Did he just leave like empty space for like 5 seconds? What? David, what are you doing? It is bittersweet. I think that's the song. I'm just making sure that we don't miss anything at the end, eh? Nice. And that, Shredders, actually, we're gonna do the lyrics first, don't we? Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. Hidden track coming. Not over yet. Hidden track coming. Where's the hidden track? Ah, I'm so confused. I think that this isn't it. Yeah? Yeah, it's this. So we're actually done. We're gonna it gave me a scare there. I thought we'd miss something. We got lyrics here, okay? David Tao, Katrina lyrics. I'm just gonna look through them before we finish the review. Yo, whoa, Katrina. I can't stop looking in your eyes. My words don't come out straight. I don't know what to say. On Monday, I gotta tell myself you gotta wait. Don't rush it. And I want a chance to know you. To know that one day, so. Yeah. I'm okay from Soul Power. We're gonna do fan requests tomorrow, okay? We're gonna do fan requests tomorrow. I've got to go get some food after this. I just want to have a look through the lyrics first. Yeah, even at the risk of looking like a fool. So David knew that it might not go as well as he'd hoped, but at the same time, you know, David did his best with giving the song to this woman. It was a very authentic, genuine performance. And even if the woman didn't accept his hand, he appreciated the effort. You know. Katrina, will I ever know your heart? Yeah, I don't think he missed an opportunity there. But this is my conclusion for David Tao's Black Tangerine album. We had 13 fantastic tracks here. It's got a 4 stars. 4 stars. 4 stars for this album here. There is not a weak track on it. My personal favorites were Black Tangerine. I liked Dear God. I liked this one just for the fact that he had the courage to put that in there. I also liked 22 Amaya Nata and Melody. Melody wasn't my favorite off of the album, but I could still appreciate it. I loved Lullaby. Lullaby was absolutely phenomenal. And I'm very, very happy with what we've got overall. For David Tao, I think this is definitely what I expected from him, is a wide variety of different types of music and put into this album. I appreciate the fact that David Tao took some risks with this album, especially with the track Black Tangerine. That he was so visceral and so honest with the messages and the topics that he wanted to discuss within this album. He didn't hold anything back. There was some sort of sensuality, some sexuality in there, combined with some dark topics of like like depression and struggling with his faith and everything. It comes from someone, I think, who has lived life enough to be able to know their own mistakes and what they could have learned from it. And it's not only a kind of a retrospective for David Tao. I think it also is maybe a lessons that a lot of us could learn from. I think that David Tao sung phenomenally well throughout the entirety of this. He went from like really soft stuff to like some doo-wop ballads and some barbershop stuff to the visceral kind of more vocal fry stuff in the rock and ballads. And he also had this lovely Beatles-esque kind of rawness, rock grittiness to him, and the last part of Dear God. And we also, just the texturing and layering of the vocal parts, as well as the vocal technique, the ornamentation there, was utterly spectacular. I've got no complaints at all about David Tao as a vocalist. All of the songs were interesting. There wasn't really a weak one here. Like, structurally, most of them were your traditional sort of like verse, chorus kind of vibe. But occasionally we had some through composed parts. We had a complete switch of pace. And some of them were more story-like, with Lullaby, where we might have returned to the hook refrain, but it was more about the journey rather than segmenting it into various elements just for us to more easily absorb. I do enjoy the fact that we could hear those Beatles elements as well as R&B stuff. There's occasional bits of rapping, but I preferred David Tao's vocals to be done the way he was. Lots of different instruments included here. Like, a lot of it was predominantly like piano, guitar, bass, drums. Obviously there were bits of there was some synthesizers occasionally, electric keyboards. There was Mellotron, I think, at some point, as well as shamisen, and I think there might have been some other harps and plucked strings in there, as well as some other sort of bass elements and some drum samples as well for some of the more sort of like R&B kind of parts. And yeah, lots of interesting instruments included, and the way they were played was never too much. It was always articulate and correct and suitable to the mood. I think that you know, from a performance standpoint, there was a lovely sense of dynamic range to it. The instrumentalists or people who performed on these instruments and that recorded with them, there was not only great chemistry between the people involved in the performances and the recording of this album, but there was also a sense of a master, like they were masters of their craft, you know, like the performances, they sounded so confident. I can imagine it would have just sounded just as good in a live situation. The musical motifs of each of these tracks, you know, we never really stuck to our traditional sort of major minor triads here. David Tao liked to include some accidentals in there and play around with the listener's expectation with some modal sequences. There were some lovely percussive changes in regards to the rhythm and sequencing there. We kept the majority of the time we had an eighth note groove, which is nice and simple for the majority of listeners to follow along to. But at the same time, it never became dull. I think, you know, that accounts as part from the different genre influences, but also just in general, it's the skill of David Tao to craft faithfully towards these influences and to not over-egg the pudding, so to speak. Gonna need some water after this. I think finally the production and recording, mixing and mastering are most definitely ready for release, considering this is 20 years ago now, to 2002. It's an album that I probably would have enjoyed back then as much as I did now. As someone who does not understand the language natively, aside from Katrina, which was obviously released in English, I could enjoy the music regardless of knowing the story. It was a thoroughly lovable musical experience. We got to see a wide variety of who David Tao is as a person as well as musician, and as people have described him previously, I think it was who was it? Hao Fu. You have a situation with Hao Fu where they've mentioned that this was going from the anger with Black Tangerine to the lullaby song where things became sort of smoother and softer. And I think that's a great chronological journey that we went on with David Tao there. Really well thought out album. Nice to have that demo at the end to sort of show that sort of R&B-ish kind of, oh, I'm in love with a person, will they? I don't want to regret things. You know, EQing, stereo panning, filtering instruments, mixing it. The limiting compression was stunning. There was a sense of humanity across all of it. It was never too much. And I am very, very happy with it. I think this is a really strong album from David Tao, and I look forward to hearing more from him in the future. But before I get into the final parts of this little conclusion, thank you to everyone of you who have watched through this live stream today. Thank you very much for checking out this David Tao live stream. I know it's been a while coming, but I really appreciate the patience that you've had, especially while I get the stuff done. Got the stuff done with the Jay Chow review. I'm glad that that's up now. Hopefully you enjoyed the live stream today. Please let me know what you thought. I will have a look into the effects chain on my mix at the moment with OBS to see if I can improve the balance between the music and the vocal mic. And we'll go from there. But yeah, just thank you as well. I'm really glad that you guys have encouraged me to listen to new music, as I wouldn't have really listened to the album otherwise. I don't know what album we'll do next, but we'll find out when we get there. I've got a fan request live stream tomorrow that I'll schedule after this, just so everyone knows, so that people so that you'll know when to come. And next week I'll do an update with who's next on their top 5 Spotify stuff. Yeah, so we'll get that sorted. Yeah, Eason Chan has been one that people have been asking me to do for a while, so I might do that, but I don't want to commit to that just yet. I think I need a bit of a rest from album reviews for a while. But yeah. Stay cool and stay safe, and please remember to support your local musicians and artists at this point in time, as they need the help more than ever with all the crazy stuff going on. And please do go show David Tao some love via his various social medias and his Spotify page. Go let him know, if you know him, that I reviewed more of his stuff. Hopefully, at least if he was ever to stumble across this, hopefully David Tao can appreciate, at the very least, the increase in production quality. And I hope that if David was to see this, I hope that he would see how much you you love his music, and I'm hoping that he'll be grateful for the love that you have for his music. It's a lovely sort of relationship when you have a wonderful musician and the fans and everyone's happy. But yeah, catch you on next video and next live stream. Spiderhands out. Thank you so much, Shredders. Spiderhands out. And 3, 2